What's going on, everyone? It's Mid-40s Gamer here, coming at you with some more Hogwarts Legacy content. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to complete Professor Garlick's first assignment so you don't spend a metric ton of time picking daisies on the Quidditch field. As assignments go, this game's pretty vague on pointing you in the right direction, and some of the quests can be rather frustrating, especially if you're rooting around in the Forbidden Forest for an hour looking for Mandrake. So let's get ready to paint our thumbs green, tell Professor Garlick, petrified dark wizards make great fertilizer, and get after it. Our story begins once we receive the additional assignment from Professor Garlick in order to do some field testing with venomous tentacula and some mandrake. This particular assignment requires that you get a hold of these items by whatever means necessary, and then find a few enemies to try them out on. The first method to grab these items will be to grow them yourself, but that'll require a trip to Dogweed and Deathcap, which, as you can see from the map footage, is located in the very northern tip of the Hogsmeade map. Being on the outskirts of town, this location's pretty far off natural lines of drift and difficult to locate if you're not looking for it or turning over every rock on the map. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry has many lessons for you to learn as assignments go, such as spells, potions, and herbology, and the one place that has all the supplies you need is Hogsmeade. The only downside is everything will cost you an arm and a leg. You can purchase both the Mandrake and the Venomous Tentacula seeds from Beatrice Green for over 800 galleons each, which may seem like extortion, especially if all that you have in your pockets is candy wrappers and lint. If you don't have the big bucks to grab both of them, don't sweat it because Hogsmeade is filled with free money just laying around if you know where to look for it. Scattered throughout this quaint wizarding village are quite a few unique magical chests that are fully equipped with an eyeball on the front that's constantly looking out for intruders. If you do happen to be spotted by one of these rather annoying chests, it will go into lockdown mode and then it becomes impossible to interact with or open. The solution to pop the top on these chests and collect your 500 galleons is to utilize the Disillusionment spell, which you'll get as a part of normal story progression before sneaking into the restricted section of the library. With the galleons finally in hand, we'll finish up with our rather expensive purchase and head off to the next spot in Hogsmeade where we'll pay some Pier 1 import prices for some furniture that's necessary to grow the seeds in the Room of Requirement. Our next stop is Tomes and Scrolls, which is the place to go if you need functionality or you're just looking to spruce up your personal space to get on an episode of MTV Cribs. It's easy to breeze right through when you first get into the overwhelming landscape of Hogsmeade, and to brain dump the fact that this shop has some necessary items that you'll need to progress throughout the game is natural. One of those necessary items is the potting table equipped with a large pot, so you can use your green thumb to grow some giant plants. However, like everything else in Hogsmeade, it's rather expensive at this point in the game. With the seeds and table in hand, it's time to head over to the Room of Requirement, which unlocks during the 17th main story quest you'll encounter, and as personal space goes, you'll be granted a lot of it. In the wizarding world, the Room of Requirement will only reveal itself to those who truly need it, and in this case, you truly need it to grow some plants away from prying eyes. The Room of Requirement is one of the coolest features in the already massive open world of Hogwarts Legacy, and its functionality goes far beyond just growing plants. But for now, let's just grab some vines and mandrakes and finish up the assignment. The timers on some of these plants are rather lengthy, but there are more expensive ways to get them if you're in dire need. It just makes sense when looking at the galleon cost average that you just grow them yourself instead of buying them direct from vendors for 500 a pop. Once in hand, however you manage to get them, it's time to put them to use in combat, and we'll start with the Mandrake first, whose screech stuns enemies in their tracks for a short time. For this particular assignment, you'll have to use them on multiple enemies simultaneously. Next, we'll put the tentacles to use, and according to the assignment, you just have to acquire them and use them twice, which can be done however you see fit. In this particular case, we fought Venom against Venom and let them deal with a few spiders. The Venomous Tentacula are one of the more interesting combat plants in Hogwarts Legacy, which are highly toxic and can defend themselves with spiked vines. Its Venus flytrap features look amazing, but utilizing them on enemies that are highly mobile is sort of like bringing a knife to a wand fight. After completing the task, you can return to Professor Garlick, where she'll show you how to cast Wingardiam Leviosa in all its swish and flick glory. The so what of this spell is that you can technically cast it without having it equipped, which is amazing because there are plenty of spells that are far more useful for utility in combat. Well folks, it looks like we're coming to the end of another Hogwarts Legacy video as we explain to our friends that it's Leviosa, not Leviosar. We would like to take this time to personally thank you for watching, and if you're new to the channel and haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any new mid-40s gamer content. And if you aren't too busy wondering why Tom Riddle had a different name in each translation of the movie, leave us a comment in the comment section and let us know how we're doing. So until next time, just remember, the Gryffindor chaser Katie Bell survived an Imperius curse, Nox is the counter charm for Luminous, and as always, good hunting.